thank you. Because I know you're going to be talking about two processes on the upcoming webinar, editing and emptying. So what do these two terms mean and why are they so important?
Basically, if you think about, there's a lot of things that we learn as children that we carry into adulthood that may have well served us as a child or in our developmental years, but it doesn't really serve us anymore as an adult. We learn a lot of things because we learn to survive. We learn to survive and cope with, and how we think about something. We survive these things as children. I'm sort of using the word survive, but we experience these things as children, and we cope the best things that we can. Whether that's a competitive space, whether it's an emotional space, whatever it is that we need to learn, we generally come up with ways of coping and ways of surviving them. Now, as we grow older, the things that we learned as children don't necessarily serve us as adults. In other words, they don't allow you to expand. It's just now, it's a process of, more is the same. And so when you've got to start thinking about how to live a life on purpose, for purpose, in other words, you design a life on purpose and you design that life to have your sense of purpose, front and center, we've got to start editing a lot of those things that we learned as children and literally updating them so that we can function in the way that you might want to function in the here and now, which is going to, obviously require different ideas, different ways of thinking about the same things that we used to think about, but they're a little bit outdated and no longer serve us anymore. The other thing that we've got to do is basically start emptying ourselves of all of those beliefs and ideas that we once held as truisms, but are no longer truisms simply because of the set of circumstances have changed. The economy has changed, the environment has changed, my friends have changed, my family has changed. All of those things have changed, and yet we've never really looked into whether these beliefs still serve us at the level of highest good, or whether they're serving to basically hold us back. Because, a belief is just a repeated idea that you accept as a truism. It doesn't necessarily have to be true, and it's not necessarily anything to do with anything that is factual. So you've got to start emptying all of those things that no longer serve your highest good and editing some of those things that you need to edit in order for you to evolve past those points where those sorts of things, those ideas and experiences were, went in as programs into our subconscious mind. They're still there as programs, but we've got to learn some new ones.